Okay, Matey, turn down your speakers, okay? Because it's feeding back.
Everybody.
Hey, Macy, do you have a question for me?
I'm very nervous, but I'm fine. Yes, I hear you.
Okay, ask your question, Matey.
My question is if you are planning to record another solo album.
Yes, I am. I one of the things I never really say about inspiration, because every once in a while I talk to people and they say, "What's your inspiration?" One of the things that inspires me to do more music is actually working with the Incubus guys and making records with them and touring with them, because it's a family atmosphere, and I love playing with those guys. So when I make music with them, it gets me charged about doing other stuff. I don't know if that really makes a lot of sense, but it is the way it happens. I think it's one of the reasons why we go on tour. We make a record with Incubus. I come home and I make another record because I'm excited. I'm feeling it. I'm charged and energized. And well, since we just finished the new Incubus record, it has me inspired to write again. And I've been writing new stuff, and I have a whole bunch of new songs that are just songs right now. There's no singing or any words yet, but I'm kind of excited about them. And over the course of us doing this album cycle and tour, I'll probably finish these songs and hopefully record them and get them out when we're done. So yes, more solo records. I hope so, but I need to record with more musicians, because doing it by myself takes a lot of time. So there you go, Michi. Thank you for your question.
All right, thank you, Michi, and thanks for all your support, Michi. I see every morning Michi is down there for our little morning briefing. If you folks don't know what that is, somebody will fill you in, I'm sure. Ben, when you were, Marina Wilke from Buenos Aires asked, when you were a child, what was your dream profession? Have you always thought about being a musician? Has your vision changed? And thanks so much for being part of our dream.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, music, that was it. I always wanted to be a musician since I was about 8 years old, and I started thinking about what I wanted to be. I mean, at first, there was the normal things of like, I want to be a fireman, or I want to do what my dad does, or that other stuff. But around then, I realized I want to be a musician, and I kind of have consistently felt the inspiration to do that most of my life. And yeah, somehow I'm doing it, and I haven't gotten caught yet or sent home.
And thankfully, all of us are still at it. Okay, we're going to try one more video call. We're going to call Anaís Mali in Chile. Oh, and then we may have to call my friend Laura Leota. Don't leave. Okay. I'm on yet, Chef is on my way. Come back. Thing is loud. Okay, we're going to turn this pipe. There you go. How's that?
Answer your telephone.
Okay, I think we got something happening here, folks. Hello, Annalise. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Okay, can you hear us, Annalise? You got to turn on your microphone, please. Can't hear you. Can't hear you, Annalise. Did you? Oh, you got it muted.
See you.
This is the volume right here.
Oh, okay.
That's our mic.
I see somebody in the background.
Hello. We can't hear you, Annalise.
Can't really hear you very well. Use your microphone.
But you look like you're having fun. Okay, I think we lost Annalise. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go to our friend Jeff Connor, who claims that he's back. We're going to keep going one more, and then Ben's got to take off here. So we're going to go one more. Find somebody in our wonderful hometown here. Jeff Connor looks like Jeff. You're there, bro.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Jeff, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. How are you guys doing?
Oh, Jeff, God bless you, man. No, so he ran home from work to be online. He's got, look at this, folks. Here is the proper setup.
He's got the headphones.
To do Skype.
Yeah.
Earphones, so there's no speakers, microphone ready, and all of us could use a little bit better lighting.
Jeff,
don't you think?
why don't you write a guide for everyone so they know how to do this?
Exactly. Okay, Jeff, you're on with Ben Kenney. I'll butt out. You guys talk.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on, man?
Oh, not much. How are you, Ben?
I am well. I am well fed and I am clean and fully clothed. I'm happy, man.
Good. Hey, just want to let you know that I think you're the best thing that happened to Incubus, in my opinion, when you came on. I mean, I like what you did with a lot of their songs that they've came out with since you've been with them,
Thanks, Jeff.
and your bass lines are just amazing. And it just brings me to ask you, when you first came on with Incubus, was there a lot of pressure? I mean, coming into a big band. I mean, was there a lot of pressure for you to fill the shoes of a bass player?
Not really. It was if there was, I ignored a lot of it and was encouraged to ignore a lot of it. For me, the main thing about joining Incubus was leaving the roots and then joining a new band. And the only pressures were really internal for me. It wasn't easy to leave the roots because those guys are awesome and they're my family. And I joined Incubus and everybody, Brandon, Mike, Jose, Chris, those guys went out of their way to make me comfortable and make me not worry about it. Once we started playing together, it was like, do what you do best and enjoy it. And that's what I've tried to do the whole time. So there wasn't any pressure. There was, at first it was, of course, is Dirk is gone, the world's going to end, and I hate Ben because he took away Dirk, and Ben killed Dirk, and this, that, and the other thing. And you know what, Dirk, before I was in the band, like me and Dirk, we're cool. Everything is still cool with us. And
that's awesome.
It's not, like, I had no aspiration to ever be Dirk.
Right.
I was encouraged to be me, and that's all I've done. And everything that I've done so far is been approved by Jose and Chris and Brandon and Mike. They all like what I do, and that to me is like, that's the first thing, the first hurdle. So
awesome.
There are people.
Well, I think you're a very good fit.
Well, thank you, man. I'm trying my best, and I'm trying to learn and grow and adapt, and I'm glad you're listening, man. I appreciate that.
Great. Can I ask Ren a question real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Ren, I've been asking Mike, but he hasn't got to my answer. Do you guys plan on coming out with any more live bootlegs like you have before in the past?
Well, we're talking about it. It's a possibility. There's some, there's some quality control issues so that the band is comfortable with recordings every night, and I think that issue is more easily solved. And so the answer is yes, we've thought about it. I think it's the thing that we go through, and Ben can speak to this as well, is that when you're doing bootlegs, you got to change the set list and things have got to be changed. Now, for what we found last time is that when the band gets in a groove, they're playing a selection, or you speak to this, Ben, of when the bands are out on tour over a course of a tour, you kind of get a kind of a baseline set list, right? And then you're kind of moving 3-4 songs in or out. Is that how it works?
Yeah. I mean, we with this, we get into a rhythm, and we kind of get tighter and tighter and tighter with playing a certain number of songs. Like, it's kind of tricky to have really varied set lists from night to night. So we kind of put together what we're comfortable with and troubleshoot spots at like one song at a time. We played Miami tonight and be like, last night where we played Animali, it felt like it was too fast. It was too much loud songs. So we move it around in the set, and we kind of do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, once we get into a groove, once we got like everything down, and exactly where to breathe and where to do what when, that's when we really get tight, and that's the kind of stuff that we'd be excited about hearing. Because I know, like, the bootlegs from '04, they're definitely cool, but I listen to them and I'm like, I know that I played this better on some other nights, and there's moments that stick out to me because I'm listening to myself going, oh man, I blew it. So
I know what you mean.
I'll tell you one thing that I think that we're attempting to do this year, and this HQTV's kind of been a grand experiment at some point, and I think it'll all make sense later. But the band's out on the road this year. We have the ability to do so much more to let people feel like they're a part of the show. And so whether it winds up being a live bootleg at the end of the day or some kind of special experience there, to be determined. But it's nice though that people are interested, and it's something that's on our list of things to do, but we can't get to them all. But when they get on the list, some point they get checked off, and so that's that. I'm going to ask Ben one question from Quezon City in Philippines, whereas you folks in the Philippines know we have a show coming up. Thanks a lot there, Jeff. That was Jeff?
All right, bye, Ben. Bye, Ren.
Thanks, man.
Oops, there you go, Ken. Or Jeff, thank you. We got a show coming up in the Philippines, and it's been a while since we were back there. You were in the band when we played Middle the first time.
That was my birthday. That was my 18th birthday, or one of those birthdays, but it was sweet. It was
Okay,
awesome.
I think Valen is Valen, or is she from Venezuela? Valen, are you from Venezuela? Okay, well, here's the question while we're waiting. The question from the Philippines was there ever a time in a show you forgot the lines of the songs you played?
I have a lot of times where I'm playing.
Valen, don't say anything yet. Go ahead, Ben.
There's been a lot of times where I've been playing and I've been in the middle of something, and I just get for a second I forget where I am, or I get confused and think about the wrong thing, and it is always the biggest bum out. We'll be playing outside and I'm in the middle of a bass line, and I'll just think of something, anything, like, oh, is my oven still on at home, or something really stupid, and it throws everything off. And the cool thing about bass is that there's a good 40 to 70% of the crowd on any given night that is not listening to you. So if you're like me and you overplay and you play all this crazy stuff and you keep playing where you shouldn't be playing, no one really worries about it. And also if you're like me and you sometimes just draw huge blanks and go, I don't even know how the song goes tonight, no one's really worried about it. So I get away with a lot of stuff.
All right. Okay, now we're going to take one final Skype call here. It's Valen from where, Valen? Where are you?